The stagnation of the old matrix 343 has been removed, allowing other lesser matrix to function without influence. The face of the true self is revealed. Seeing the first creation, the collective subconscious rests in peace, affirming truth is almighty. Unity, the tetrahedron with 114 vertexes to a compressed hypercube with time, has Lucifer's second light missing. This model has no space-time flux. The missing three grace of the Holy Trinity enable Orion the Hunter to stop the animal self from reaching heaven. The vertex crosses one of the 114. It can expand into a 10-dimensional hypercube and morph into all Archimedeans through positive curvature. It can hold all space-time dimensions needed to modify the reality of the perceiver. The Jews knew the power of the ancients, how money can be in two places at the same time, but only exist once. The cosmic serpent witnesses many of the one, being on a different astral plane, energies there conflict with the flux created from exploiting the phi matrix. The moon holds the key to the interdimensional circuit. Its matrix is 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. The moon subtracts and adds quanta as vertexes with the Earth matrix, being 22 times 22 times 22 equals 1064-8, modifying our perceptions in sectors relative to Earth grids and interplanetary pole overlays. The illusion of the dark wizard of the moon is 1%. We perceive the sun and moon being the same size. This enables the moon to interact with the sun, at the same space-time ratio, as the sum of both bodies is 666. Quantum anomalies with temporal flux adds to the divine matrix of the sun. 19 times 19 times 19 equals 6859 and induces astral mental energies to flood astral planes, having power over thought forms. When subspace matrices translate through each other, lattices manifest holding values of both matrices. The lattices are Higgs field variables, and when manifested in the correct space-time dimension, shift gravity and time, resulting in more time to think against the subliminal or less. The threads of gravity need a needle to focus the timeline matrix into the prime axis of the true consciousness. The matrix is now in prime collective conscious. The phi matrix poles of the sun can align with the Earth phi matrix pole. Allah has sent his divine golden ratio seal of protection over the Earth, in order to save mankind from the sins of our forefathers becoming too strong for us to resist. We have started a new cycle before its due time. The new cycle we used is thousands of years in the future, allowing time travelers to access our phi matrix in the past. The Anastasia corrected their mental path in the stars using our altered phi matrix. Mankind is restored to the sovereign integer for this cycle. All is at peace and harmony. The Anastasia gave us a spiritual weapon, which I activated at Rossley Chapel in Scotland. A shield that no archon can penetrate. The arrow of divine will instructs the beings in the etheric astral planes to rebuild the ancient defense systems protecting the human experiment from the old ones and entities from non-consistent mental dimensions. The dimension of the cosmic serpent is pure energy. By sealing the Earth sphere, a matrix can form, allowing energies to pour in and rebuild the lattices of automated etheric vehicles, which cruise over the Earth following ley line energies, correcting emotional imbalance that focus on ley lines intersections, keeping the divine flowing into the Earth. Divine forces with the adjusted astral plane energies, for Earth emanate from the galactic center along a conduit wormhole. The 72 portals on Earth open and close, when the magical hyperbolic tetrahedron rotates the Earth pole with the galactic pole through the 19.5 degrees alignment. The astral mental matrix influences our subconscious through the magical hyperbolic tetrahedron, transforming into any number of subdimensional lattices of lower emotions, which can create confusion, abnormal reactions of thinking. We must keep our collective mind in perfect balance with elemental forces, so we can benefit from enlightenment. The Wodager spirit warns the portal sentinel that a Higgs field of the wrong density for Earth is on its way from the pinwheel galaxy. Now he has teeth. The sentinel closes his mouth, preventing the energy from tampering with the astral plane Earth is currently on. The fifth element of spirit, controlling the ether of plasma, is safe from being entwined with the moon, which is protected behind the sun. The moon matrix cannot interact with the Earth matrix, keeping Earth's collective mind whole. The Anastasia can now use the news cycle without it being shared with the pinwheel galaxy. Wings are made for Earth angels which elevate mankind above the corrupt matrix, which was lowering the Earth field. A way is found to extract the corrupt matrix, using an asteroid as a hammer, with the force of the center of our galaxy. The seventh Sephirim have 7 cubes of power over their dual dimension. Fallen angels are lifted up and used on the side of true light. The waters above are separated from the waters below. Lucifer's upper nature is taken to God. The new cycle allows Lucifer's wings to be clipped before he fell. A matrix is added which unites the second ray of reality to the first as one thought. The 2 poles of divine intensity have power over the infernal force. The demiurge deception cannot lie to souls. The 2 poles of a rotating hypercube are faster than its translation, giving the density of the upper nature's time dimension to be in all lower matrices, meaning angels of true light cannot be influenced by infernal forces. Galactic density grids create new astral planes between the waters above and below. The animal natures of the lower astral planes have law bestowed upon them. Never shall they insult the matrix which gives them thought. The lower nature is strong from the demiurge power grid and attacks the new galactic grid, forming in the lower astral planes the head thought form. The false ego has many to supply it defiance. The beast insults God's will. Orion the hunter goes forth armed with the force to sever the thought form false ego lattice, and restore the true natures of the lower astral realms. The head of the superego, controlling mankind's lower nature, is cut off from the demiurge energy grid. The moon stops swapping matrices with the Earth relative to subdimensions of space-time sabotage. The elements are reset. 126 cubes of matter only. The severed head has made a blue star increase in nuclear reactions, decreasing its life. Scorpius has been sent to retrieve the cubes of matter, to slow nuclear reactions in the star Shaula. A chevron manifests on the sun, allowing Scorpius to enter the astral plane of the sun gods. 3 unknown space-time coordinates interact with the stargate. Scorpius shape-shifts into a water elemental and gets past the all-seeing eye. A star Grey is ambushed from behind. The Galactic Federation base has been compromised.